Good morning, everybody. It's Darren Benton coming from Northern Indiana, Performance Moto Coaches. I guess I'm coming from you both, Performance Moto Coaches and Northern Indiana. So the weather's kind of been crazy up here. I think it was 68 degrees a week ago, and it started snowing at the Notre Dame game. It's been fun to be up here. We're hoping for a little bit warmer weather. I think it's going to get warmer this weekend. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get some coaches over to transport, get them pictured. But here we are out here on a kind of a gloomy fall day out here in the snow. We didn't want to go to our normal little spot and do the video because I was certain there was going to be lots of snow. Don't really want to travel on roads with any kind of salt as well. So we'll do it out here. It'll be loud, lots of traffic. Endure it with me. I'll try to talk as loud as I possibly can. We're changing it up again, doing a lapel mic. Hopefully I'll get it all spit out. But anyway, so about the coach, this is an available 2026 Renegade Verona 40 VTS. So this floor plan came out last year. There were some quirks about it that I wasn't too terribly interested in, and they addressed all those issues in 2026. So happy to see it, happy to have it. We'll kind of go into that once we get inside. The color schemes really haven't changed too much from last year. Just a few little things interior-wise. Probably my number one favorite outside of the chassis. It was upgraded, I guess, 2 years ago. This is the Freightliner M2 Plus. Exterior-wise, the only way you can really tell it is the grille looks slightly different here, and then you do have a little bit different intake. Other than that, it kind of all looks the same. This is the Surge paint scheme, so predominantly some champagne. I would say this is more brown tone than charcoal. Did you say more kind of brown tone-ish too? And of course the blue as well. So good looking paint scheme. Nothing that's too dark to have to worry about keeping cool in the winter time. I like the fact they did a little bit lighter champagne up over the bunk over where you generally get a lot of heat. So I think all in all a good color. I do like the Girard Vision. Typically that awning was reserved from the LE up. I'm not a fan of the standard Girard awning, so I like having that Girard Vision. I think at this price point, basically this is where this coach needs to be. Price-wise, I don't even know MSRP. I'd have to kind of do the math in my head, but expectation, we can realistically retail somewhere on Verona anywhere from 350 to 370 range on various floor plans, various options and whatnot. So that's kind of what you could expect retail dollars. But so let's kind of go into it. Like I said, the 40 VTS, they introduced a kitchen slide here, and that's what makes it a little bit different. So it's very similar to the 36 VSB, which is actually 37 foot. So this is essentially 3 foot longer, a lot more storage, a lot more open floor plan. I don't think it's a big deal to go up the extra 3 foot to have all the storage inside. We'll kind of go over that once we go inside. So the back compartments haven't changed up too much. We got a little piece of trim that needs to go back home. Really don't want the freight company to wad that up on a ball, so we got it all tightened up inside. Nice combined storage compartment there. Outdoor TV, all Samsung appliances. I think there's one Insignia up there, but I'll have to double check that. Sound bar as well. Look at that. Combined storage compartment. Kind of a mild pass-through underneath. You can't go all the way because of your drive line. Still a lot of snow melting off the top of this, but we'll get through everything. They do have a automatic door lock there. It's a little quirky. We've been kind of getting through them. Like anything, we spend more time with it, we'll get more comfortable. So that's the big 3/4 pass-through right there. Very valuable storage compartment for long items, flagpoles, brushes, ladders. And then just a nice big compartment right there. 2-piece rear cap, 20,000-pound Gen Y hitch. We do have a camera input right here, so if you had some type of a trailer with any cameras to it whatsoever, heck, we've had people install cameras on their tow vehicles just to be able to see what's going on with their tow vehicles. We had one customer, we added some cameras right here because he wanted to be able to see his tow vehicle. So we can pretty much do anything you can possibly imagine. Nice short cord transfer switch. It's loud, lots of traffic. And it's windy over here. So 8K generators stand on all the Veronas. In fact, 8K generators standard on Explorer all the way down. Nice heated wet bay. It does have the macerator pump. I know Sean Lee is not enjoying this. I'll get over this as fast as possible. 75 gray, 75 black. Aqua Hot 450, kids. For all of the people that didn't like the 250, here we go. 450 is standard now. Did upgrade the lithium batteries. Let's jump inside, kids. I know Sean will be happy about. This coach does not come with heated tile floors. Otherwise, Sean Lee would be really, really happy to have the heated tile floors. But we got the Aqua Hot going. We got some heat register right here. Always like to show the coach how it would look while you're driving down the road. I can't tell you how many people we contact us and said, well, I bought it. I didn't realize there was no room in here. I couldn't get through here. There's no room. So to me, it's important to walk through the coach, figure out what you have, figure out what you can get to. Can I make a sandwich? Can I wash my hands? Can I get to the bathroom? Can I make a sandwich? So I can get to my refrigerator. I could do laundry while we're driving up and down the road while Sean Lee is driving. Nice, look at that. Nice big hinge here. Of course, I can get to the bathroom, so I can even lay down in the bed itself. So I think all in all, a great floor plan, lots of openness. I'm going to put Sean Lee right here while I bore everybody with the slide outs. Right there. You feel the warm air? Got to keep the camera gal happy. So they are upgrading their slides, just haven't done it quite yet. So still the Schwintek over here. They're going to a Sure Slide system. It's more the bigger, really heavy kitchen slides we've had issues with. Predominantly none of the other slides. This will be a hydraulic slide over here on the left. See, we're double timing the slides. We'll get these slides open. Just takes a few seconds. Nice thing about the Renegade is you don't have to run the engine. You can just run your slides in and out. So it makes it pretty handy. If your engine is on, you can still retract your slides. You just can't push them out. Same for your awning. So it makes it kind of idiot-proof to a certain degree. Much more simple to operate than most of the units that are out there that require all these. We get coaches in that, oh, well, this side you have to have the ignition on. This one you don't have to. And it just seems so counterintuitive to have something so silly on the same coach. So here we go. Nice big open floor plan. So, you know, my concern, my issue with a lot of kitchen slides is you lose so much storage. So, you know, this kitchen has a fair amount of room here. You have a nice little sofa right here. You got some overhead. Now, of course, they don't make this in another type setup, but you know what you gain whenever you don't have a slide is, I mean, obviously this comes inward, but these cabinets go generally full height, so you gain a fair amount of space. But they did a good job to be able to include a lot of room. Of course, all your electrical's there. Starlink right up there. And then about a year ago, I started doing these features. It drives me nuts not having a home for all of my, I'm okay with this, but I have to have a home for it. So here we go. We have a home for all of our sink covers. Most of the time, whenever we use them, I put them in the garage because I don't want to deal with them, but now we have a home. You take and pull these out. You could probably utilize this for cookie sheets. So still a nice setup. You don't want them at all. Just taking them out, and then you got plenty of room. Nice little thumb lock here because it does get heavy. They did this. This is kind of what I alluded to earlier and got sidetracked. Sean Lee will definitely appreciate this. Cut up some vegetables, do some food prep. I can see Sean Lee in here right now cooking some vegetables. Hopefully there's no chicken juice involved, and we'd have to throw the whole motorhome away if we had chicken juice, but nice fresh fruits and vegetables all in the kitchen here. So just cutting that chicken juice. So let's throw this back up, but I like a little addition here. The problem with doing just like a pull out is, you know, you got to drop your your drawers down a little bit and you need a little bit of storage. So I think all in all, this is a little bit better setup. Convection microwave. Somebody asked the other day, do they do what's air fry? I don't see air fry, but I know another manufacturer we deal with, they do air fry, but I think you can use convection as an air fryer. Same difference, right? So go over this side of the slide. Interior on this is Athens, which is kind of a gray tone. This is Cape Cod. Starting in 2026, they went with a little bit lower sheen. I think it's a really good, nice, classy look to it. For a neat freak like me that doesn't like to see fingerprints, you don't see any fingerprints on this lower sheen. This is a 5 sheen. They think they were using a 60 sheen prior to. No option for a higher sheen in the Verona line. You get the Verona LE, you can go with a little bit higher sheen, but I think all in all, it's classy. Power theater seats, got a big storage box back here for all of your Cracker Jacks and your Reader's Digest. Convertible boot dinette. Storage underneath here, so if you have the grandkids with you, those can go into place. So we're going to call this sleeping up to 6. Now, 6 of me, no, but 2, I mean, I can sleep with myself back there. Right here and 1 up there. But for people that really like each other, you could probably accommodate 2 people that really liked each other there, 2 people liked each other here. This coach can be ordered with a couch there as opposed to theater seating. Most of these coaches were selling to couples, maybe a kid, grandkids, so boom, boom. Very common option. In fact, I won't bring one in without a bunk over. So keep that in mind. Jump into the chassis itself. Like I said, this is the Freightliner M2 Plus. So definitely a little bit jazzier dashboard, nice upgraded door panels, very similar to the Cascadia, the steering column itself. That's your gear shift selector and your engine brake integrated all in one. We do have the Garmin there, and then they went ahead. So we've been doing this on the Classic for quite some time, doing a separate monitor up there. I'd rather have a larger monitor overhead, so that's something we can definitely get done if we wanted to upgrade that monitor, but that's what Renegade chose to put in there. I just think with that big dead space, because of some of your crash mitigation, it'd be nice to have there. So it does have crash mitigation. It does not have adaptive cruise. It does have lane departure warning. I don't understand why they quit doing some of the adaptive cruise. It wasn't incredibly integrated in the past. Time will tell. There's all this back and forth on Cummins is going to discontinue the this 8.9 liter. They call it an L9, but as of right now, I think we'll probably not going to go away for a while. So it is 360 horsepower. It's 1150 torque. Same motor that goes in the majority of the diesel pushers out there. 90 less horsepower, 100 less foot-pounds of torque, but all in all, will propel this coach no problem going down the road. Just overall, a much upgraded cab, much needed upgraded cab as well. And I was right. Insignia TV up there. Everything else will be Samsung. So this does slide back and forth. And then they used to have those goofy little pins that you kind of had to search for, and they just kind of clean this up. So it just goes right over the top of this, as long as this is out of the way, and voila. They'll kind of lock into place, lift it up, push it back. So all in all, I think a much better setup. Doing something very similar to this in the Classic starting this year as well. So that can be opened and closed via a switch right there, and they integrated speakers too. So previously they only did the speakers on the LE. They brought those into Valencia and the Verona just to be able to have some more sound in this general area. Swing arm for your TV. USB and USB-Cs where you would sit down, anywhere you sit, kind of relax or sleep. USBs and USB-Cs integrated in that. Samsung fridge. So we'll talk about last year's VTS. So previously, my understanding is the refrigerator was here. I know that the first Valencia, they had a mock-up of the similar type floor plan that had the refrigerator fixed. It just gets really tight right here is the problem. So I think it makes far more sense to get the refrigerator in the slide to get it pushed out. The only downfall to this is you don't have protection for your water line that runs to your refrigerator. I generally don't drink the water inside of my coach. If I'm going to make ice, I like to make ice with reverse osmosis water. I just do that by pouring it out. Shauna Lee hates it. It's a gift I can give her. So Little pocket doors here. Little big magnets back. But look at this door. Look at how stout this door. This is not like a Home Depot special. It's very, very robust, very stout. Like I said, nice big hinges for your washer dryer, because it's a little bit tighter in this closet. Dovetail drawers. Every single drawer starting last year within Renegade is all dovetail. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it. So still a fair amount of room here. Like I said, the 36 is a very similar floor plan to this. Very similar layout mid-coach right here. So open this guy up. Little pocket door here. No shower curtain sticking to your butt in here. Maybe some glass, but still decent amount of room here. Handheld to be able to get to whatever you need to get to. And then we do have a skylight above. That's standard. And we have a window to be able to wave to our neighbors. So we come out back here. I kind of hinted or alluded to this earlier. So we're going to focus on this area right here. So whenever you start doing slides, it eats up so much room. So say compare this to an Explorer closet and talk about how much room you wouldn't have when you start taking up this much room all the way around. You just lose a lot of space. This closet is insane how much room there is. There's a ton of room within this. I mean, there's more space in this than their big coaches. There's just a ton of room here. So you say, well, we want slide outs. Well, keep in mind it does eat up a fair amount of storage. And of course, it's not an option on this line coach anyhow, but I mean, you can put a baby in there. You can put a baby in there, put the baby to sleep right there. And I mean, that's a huge, huge drawer right there. Same down here. So probably don't put two babies in there, but maybe a dog down there and the baby right here. But I mean, look at how big, you know how many Afghans you can put in that drawer right there? Lots of Afghans, knitted, crocheted. Have a little, they've gotten rid of the little jinky ladders there that they used in the past to get in the bunk over, and they have a home for it. It's nice to have a home for it. But look at all these drawers. I don't own this many socks and underwear, and I've got a plethora of socks and underwear. I couldn't fill them up. So, fair amount of room here. The bed itself is 66 inches wide, still 75 inches in length. So, maybe in time, they'll have to kind of recess this back, but for people that are really tall, we just order them a longer mattress that basically hinges right here. Mattress flips up, and then you lose a little bit of walkway right here. But I still feel like I got a fair amount of room here. Not a problem if I lost a few inches, so my feet don't hang over the edge. Open this up, fresh water underneath. So 2 75-gallon water tanks. We do have a hydronic register on the side of the bed. Nice gate valve to be able to dump your water tanks. Very easy winterization as well. Even a caveman could do it. Basically, you got your clear hose, and then you just turn your water pump on, go to all your fixtures. You do need to run a cycle through your clothes washer, and then you go inside your ice maker and press a little button on the side of your ice maker, and it will cycle through. Follow me for more trips and ticks. That one too. Tips and tricks, tricks and tips. Good storage on each side of the bed. Nice little spot to be able to put, your water, anything like that. Maybe your water pick on each side of the bed. And then, like I said, we do have USBs and USB-Cs on each side of the bed. Master control right here. Lights on, lights off. Let me figure out if I can do that. They don't, oh, here we go. Interior all off. So nice setup to be able to, you forget what you're doing, jump in bed, you still have your lights on. Of course, there's a mobile app on all these you can be able to run through, turn heat on and off. Are your feet warming up at all?
Yes.
So all in all, a great layout. This coach will be in the showroom in the next few days. Check us out in Lubbock, Texas. Well, for Texas Performance Motor Coaches. Got a few more coming. In fact, we have 6 coaches. 2 of those coaches are sold. I think we'll probably sell another one between now and the time we get to coaches. Coach business is still alive and well, definitely in West Texas. We're kind of known as the Super C guys. That's really our focus. We don't sell anything but the Renegade and show hauler line new now. We just kind of scaled back a little bit. So if you want an incredible buying experience for a Renegade or show hauler, I don't believe anybody else in the country would dedicates the resources to be able to give you the customer buying experience that we do. It's all hands on deck. When you come out to Lubbock, Texas, or to West Texas to pick up your new motorhome, we want to see you there for a day or so, bare minimum. Learn these coaches inside and out. You will go away as a friend of the dealership. You'll feel a part of the family. If you have questions, people reach out to us. We always want customers to be able to feel comfortable to reach out to us. We basically here almost 24/7 for our customers. I answer text, emails. I know Brett does as well. Talk to anybody that's purchased a coach from us. I don't think you'll see unhappy folks. It's a big deal to us. We take a lot of personal pride in this. We love doing these videos. We love being up here. We spend a lot of time here in Indiana to be able to interact with the factory. I like to touch every one of them myself before they leave the factory. That's a big deal for us. You never know where I'm going to be. I might be back home tomorrow, but I like to get these coaches picked up, videoed, and kind of gone through. This coach will be in a much nicer setting here in a few days out in West Texas, nice and warm. Always appreciate you guys watching these videos. Make sure you guys like, tag, and subscribe.